Good morning. It is Monday, August 19th, 2019. Today we're going to look at the altcoins and determine how bad is it after Bitcoin has been surging up the last couple days. Before we dig in, we can just pause the video, read through the disclaimer. This isn't trading advice, more of my own trading journal and observations of the markets. And we're going to go through a bit of a different format here today. I want to go through the RSI for all 6 of our main coins, and we'll look at Bitcoin as well and do some comparison of what the RSI is telling us. And then we'll do the same format for the next 4 indicators. And we'll close with a wrap up that goes over what's going on with the rest of the altcoins in our patron bull market watch. But before I get there, I know you guys probably believe along with me that technical analysis is one of the most important skills that we are trying to use to make money work for us every single time we put on a trade. Would you agree? And if that's the case, if technical analysis is that important, then all of us should be striving to build like pilot level expertise at technical analysis. And every day I go through this and I'm talking a little slice of the pie, a little wee piece of my own whole trading plan as I journal out what's going on through the days. And this is handy for me because it's easier than writing down a journal. I could just speak it out and go back and watch it later. But you don't get a complete practical system that follows the trading plan from start to finish when I'm doing these unless you watch for a year. What I'm doing here later today on this channel is to run a webinar style presentation rather than a market analysis presentation. And I'm going to give you my trading plan from start to finish, a complete brief of it, but it's going to be Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, technical analysis for the complete beginner. It's going to be all the 5 stages of a trade, everything that you need to take what I'm telling you here and really wrap your head around the whole thing so that you get the whole picture in your mind. And I hope you'll turn up for that live presentation this afternoon at 2 o'clock Central. Oh, that's 4, 5, 6 hours from now. There will be no replay. I'll just do it live and then I'll remove the video after that because I'm going to practice this presentation a few times. And you get to come along and practice with me. So, hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for joining me. Joseph, Anthony, good morning. And if you guys are anyone else new to the channel, be sure to come over and get the most out of this. Come and join us on Discord so that you're getting updates through the day and not just this observation here. So let's jump into the episode now. Here we are looking at the 4-hour time frame for ADA. And we're looking at a potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formation setting up here. We're also looking at the downtrend line has, I don't know if it's quite been broken here yet. Got to really stretch it to say that downtrend line has been broken. So it hasn't conformed to my trading signals yet in this. We don't have a break of the downtrend line. The 1, 2, 3 bottom formation has not broken out and the exponential moving average has not crossed positive. Now, what I want to observe in this episode is the RSI divergence as we're coming down here and compare it to the other set of coins because this is where I'm looking to do leverage trades in these when it all sets up properly. So now let's go through EOS and I'm observing the RSI pattern compared to the price. I'm observing this touch on the 10th, the touch on the 5th of August, and then the divergences that have set up since then. Let's go on to Ethereum. We're looking at the 10th. We're looking at the 5th. It's a little bit lower on the 9th, and then the divergence since then. This will make sense as we go along. We got the 10th, we've got the 5th, and a positive divergence 3 times as we're going along out of this bottom. TRX, we've not so much on the 10th here, kind of nothing till just before the 5th actually. Now we've got 3, 4 higher lows as this bottom formation is setting up. Bitcoin, well, it's got a flare up here, but it's not setting up as a bottom like the other ones are. Like we don't see that big divergence in the RSI from here building, only this massive oversold on the 4-hour time frame and then a run up, which to me, compared to the other ones, this is more of a bear flag than a bull run start. If I go into Ripple, now we can see on the 10th we hit a oversold, on the here on the beginning and then on the 5th, and we've got it running up as this bottom formation is shaping up into place. So all of these markets are looking better to me than Bitcoin just by looking at this sweep. And if I go through and say which are my favorites, I'd have to say ADA and Ripple for right now, just by the divergence. EOS is a third. Ethereum, not quite as much. I don't like the divergence from here to here. I want a stronger, it's not as strong as the others. Litecoin is pretty good. There's our 4th in the row. TRX, sitting back 5th. I don't like the pattern here as much. The RSI is okay. Not as good because we don't have this bottom over here, sort of like Bitcoin where. And then Ripple, which is better because we have a really oversold, and then it's bouncing off of those areas. So that helps me sort out which of these markets are like my favorite. Now I want to go into the on balance volume and take a look at the volume here. And now we're looking at the end of July and the middle of August here. Those are our two main areas where we were positive on balance and positive on balance. Let's compare the rest of them to see which are the favorites right now. There we go. And not as strong in this area. Kind of weak here and kind of puny and weak here too for Ethereum. Litecoin, really, I thought there'd be more juice going on here. This is also a lot of selling, not that much buying comparatively. TRX took a big whack and a couple little buys, but nothing through that part of the end of July. It was quite different setup here. Bitcoin, buying, and not so much. Oh, we just saw that tick up as we were talking. Not so much though. And then we go into Ripple. Okay, it's not as juicy as I thought either. So right now, just by comparing these, I would say ADA, when we go back to this one, this is significantly different comparatively than the others. And EOS, I would say, is my second favorite, if we'll get it to go there. But not nearly because of this big swath of selling here. So ADA really takes the cake on this one. Ethereum was kind of puny and weak. Litecoin is no good. TRX was weak. ADA is standing out now. That's two of these indicator sets that say that bottom formation is juicier than the others. Now we're into the MACD and we're doing the same comparison. Looking at the what I'm looking for here is a set of higher lows all the way along and crossing to the positive, crossing to the positive, crossing to the positive all the way as we're going. Again, the dates are important. The 10th of July, the 5th of August, and then coming into now for ADAs. We higher lows in those crossovers. EOS also has higher lows, but not as dramatic. I like that this has got 4 higher lows as we're coming down into this bottom formation. This looks really powerful as it's setting up. Really nice. So that's my favorite so far. ADA was nice. Ethereum looks better than the other indicators. We've got the 3 higher lows in our crosses here. Okay. Litecoin. Okay, this looks more like EOS, where we have 4 of them, more of a slim taper as we're coming down into this bottom formation. So as these cross over and go positive, it's going to be crazy. We can just see it building up. Here, there's the crossovers, not as dramatic either, kind of flat all the way along here. So we need a conversion, more of a need more of it, more strength than this. And I also, for this chart, I want to see structure above these levels. I want it to get up there and retest 194 from above. Then I'm going to feel more confident with TRX. It's just not doing it. Bitcoin. So we've got a equal bottoms, 1, 2, 3 equal bottoms here, and it's flaring positive. We'll just observe this over time to see what's going on because it's not giving us nearly the same patterns as the alts for sure. And now here in Ripple, I'm liking this pattern better. We've got 4 crosses to the positive. Which is my favorite? Well, they're all pretty equal on this. They're all doing not too bad. As I go through, Ethereum would be, I can't pick out one that is not as good as the others except for TRX and Bitcoin. But the rest of them are all pretty even. Now, just quick to go through the 4-hour on the Ichimoku Cloud, which has been teaching me some stuff. I want to go through the 4-hour and then zip through the 1-hour. Where is my scribbler? Because this is hard to see. This is a mess of a chart. but we're watching for this green trailing indicator to cut through positive on all of them. It has to go through the blue, the red, the price chart, and then stick up above the whole mess here. Right now we have the blue line crossing above the red, which is positive. The cloud is twisted to positive, and this is just poked above the cloud, so it'll give us confirming signals as everything's breaking out above this area. Let's go into EOS. Does that go as positive? No, it's not quite nearly as positive. The green line is still trailing. We're still twisted to the negative. Yeah, Ethereum twisted to the negative. The green line is starting to go through. The blue line is crossed. Not positive at like ADA. Litecoin's not positive like ADA is either. So this is really filtering out a few of them, really changing the view of which ones I thought were okay, not bad. This says not yet at all. ADA is the only one that's close on the 4-hour time frame. TRX isn't close. Twist to the negative. That trailing line is still not cut through anything. What's going on with Bitcoin? Twist to the negative. The green line is just starting to cut through. It's not all that positive either. This could be a sell signal in a downtrend. If this consolidates and pokes out of here, this will definitely be a sell signal in the downtrend for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not out of the woods yet. And Ripple, even on the 4-hour time frame, it is the most positive of all of them. If we've got a twist to the positive, the blue line is crossed over the red. The green line has cut through everything, but not up through the cloud yet. So as this breaks above, for sure, this will be confirming. So we've got two pretty close, ADA and Ripple. Those were both my favorites so far. Let's go into the 1-hour time frame for Ripple, just because I want to see what this is doing as it's coming out of this. Is the blue line above the red line properly? No, it's kind of hesitating back. So that pulls Ripple out of first place. Let's go into ADA, also pulling back. So that puts the hesitation on both of these trades. All of these trades, of course, nothing's going on until we move up above these levels. No confirmation of anything. Just wanted to go through and observe it all and see which one's my favorites, which ones should we be jumping on first. I'm not expecting anything out of EOS if they're not showing anything in the 4-hour time frame. I wasn't expecting anything, but we do have positive. We do have positive. We do have positive. What is this? Ethereum. Okay, good thing I looked. Ethereum is doing better than I thought it was using this chart. Nothing in Litecoin because we don't have the cross positive. This isn't above. That's good. TRX, just because there was a surprise before, I may as well look at this too. No, it's not quite yet. The blue line is not above the red. What's Bitcoin doing? Oh, okay. Bitcoin's looking strong. Right, we've got the blue crossing above the red. We've got the trailing, whatever it's called here, trailing well and wide. Blue and the cloud is twisted to the positive. That is saying up from here on the 1-hour time frame. The 4-hour says it may be a sell signal in a downtrend. The 1-hour says no, sir, that's a buy. Right out of here, out of the 1, 2, 3 bottom springboard pattern Sunday morning, this gave us the signal to go, and Monday it's still confirming, and we'll have to watch how this plays out over time. Hey, good to have you along. Darko Taurus and Decentral Radical. Some alts are clearly bracing themselves for Binance US. Yeah, there's news that makes it all happen, but I try to look at the charts and ignore the news. Ichimoku clearly shows how unreliable it is if you look further back in the charts. It isn't, none of these things are reliable on their own. None of them. And this afternoon in the webinar, I'm going to go through the 5 stages of a trade and how to filter out the good trades, how to filter out and only hold filter out the bad trades and only hold the good trades. That's an important distinction. And so I'm looking forward to that webinar this afternoon. That'll fill in a lot of the details about what I'm showing here, but I'm not fully explaining properly. Most of the time, you just can't go through the whole trading plan. So the presentation this afternoon will be about a 10-minute intro. We'll spend 5 minutes on each of the 5 stages of the trade. So that makes 35 minutes. And we'll probably take 10 minutes on stage number 1. It's the more detailed. And then after stage number 5, we take 5 minutes to talk about what to do after the trade is finished. So the whole thing is probably 50 minutes if I am able to stay completely on track and on time with the presentation. And every bit of it is important because all of it matches together. All of the pieces are required. If you miss one of those pieces, the entire trading plan will fall apart and you will lose money. So I can't wait to go through all of that because it'll really tie together what we're talking about here daily. I think it'll make it a lot more valuable. And I'm hoping to see you guys on that episode. But that'll wrap it up here for today. If you've got a request for me to go over, I can quickly bring that up. And then I've got work to do to get ready for my presentation. Let's go into Bitcoin. Actually, I want to look at this chart is Bitcoin. Ethereum is moving up as Bitcoin is right now. We're looking at the 1 minute bars for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. So Ethereum is doing some dancing versus Bitcoin as we're speaking right now. So Ethereum showing strength out of the Ichimoku Cloud in the 1 hour time frame, and then showing me this right here is pretty cool. I'll be watching to see how that plays out over the day. Because Bitcoin dominance, of course, we know is the major factor. We've got this major uptrend parallel channel since April the 1st, and now we're inside a 1, 2, 3 top formation in that dominance. If it goes higher, alts are getting crushed more. That's what this is the measure of. If it's coming lower, all of the alts are going to be breaking out of those bottom formations. And in the past, we've seen that when Bitcoin dominance slides, it slides on an avalanche. It doesn't just go down easily and slowly like it's been working its way up. So it's important to stay watching and watching and watching and watching for when that avalanche starts so that we are in the right place at the right time. Let's see what the overall alts are saying here is that many of them are in neutral status and many of them are in near fail status, but very few are in fail status. And this is really important because the alts are holding their own this last little bit, the last 2 days as Bitcoin has made some important surges. And we can see the numbers here in the last couple days. If I move it back a bit, our fail status coins have held pretty steady. And even there's fewer fail status coins from yesterday to today. Our near fail status coins are holding pretty steady, and we are growing in the number of neutral coins overall. It won't be long before those are all switching over to alert status and then into our hold status. If we are coming to the corner of the bull market, it's starting to shape up. So over on Binance, if I just quickly drag this all the way back to the data at the end, we can see that the number of fail status coins has been going down. Our near fail status coins are holding pretty steady, and our neutral coins are holding pretty steady here as well, in increasing overall. As those hold steady and Bitcoin eases off a bit, we're going to go a whole bunch into the alert status and into the hold status coins. So it's really important to be prepared and to be watching what's going on with Bitcoin as it's unfolding. As these make the top formation and we see alts doing something, that's going to be important. This is could be a potential Bart Simpson with a dramatic pullback. Just a big bull trap to get everybody in there long with their stops too close to the market, and then the AI bots can just rake us over the coals. So that about wraps it up for today. I don't see any requests for coins. I'm going to go dig back in. I'm going to run through a practice of the webinar for this afternoon. I'm going to send that off to AOL Chandra for her review and commentary. And then this afternoon, I'll do it live at 2 o'clock. And there'll be no replay. I'll just remove that live play. And I'll redo it as I get more practice with it and get smooth with it. I want to use it as a main educational tool. Cheers. Good to have you along. Bye for now. Good luck in all of your trading today. Have a fantastic Monday. Go out and find some happy things to do. Get away from the charts. Cheers. Bye for now.